Today coming up, all of the equipment you will ever need to write a huge hit song.
Turn it out, feel the high, feel it now and run.
Hey signers, welcome to the vlog. Today is another exciting day in the studio with a lot of tasks and everything. But first I got an appointment I'm absolutely not looking forward to. Probably no one is. Hello. At the dentist. That's a good way to start the day. It was actually not that bad. They just looked into my mouth, everything is alright. Celebrating it with a big piece of apple pie. It already smells like Christmas. Not a big fan of Christmas, but the Christmas snacks are just amazing. I mean, just look at this. You can see like every single piece of apple in it. That's just a perfect after dentist breakfast. Wow. Just could use a little bit of Nutella on top. That was good. First up, I just want to let you know, you can still win this keyboard. It's my old keyboard. It's not that special, but giving it away to someone that actually uses it is something that just makes me happy. Seeing it here, standing here, not being used is something I absolutely don't like. And I also got the sound card that I will give away in a week or two. So if you're interested, stay tuned. It's also extremely old and used, but still like worth a couple €100. It's still working fine. Sound quality is superb on this thing. And speaking of equipment, so many people always ask me what equipment to get for their studio, what to buy first, what's the most important. So today's video will be all about that. I myself have a very minimal setup and I'm trying to get the most out of it. So I think it's actually possible just with like €500 to get a setup that actually works, except of course for the computer. I'm assuming you already have a computer, but basically all you will ever need is a set of speakers. You need 2 of those. These are the Yamaha HS80M. They're not produced anymore, but there's a new version out, HS8M. All of it is down below in the description if you want to check it out. They have a decent sound for the price. They're good. They're definitely not like high top-end studio speakers. But if you're just starting out, they are totally fine to use. And also any other studio monitor, specially made for the studio speaker, will do it. The more you spend, the better they are actually. So just go with whatever your budget is. Next up, you will definitely need headphones. These are the headphones I have. Those ones are for DJing. They're not really for producing. The ones on top are like cheap knockoff versions of my actual good headphones. They're now at home because that's usually where I use them whenever I'm not here in the studio. They are by Beyerdynamics, really good headphones for €180. But if you can, I would highly recommend you to get the speakers. Don't use headphones, at least for me and for a lot of other producers. Mixing with headphones will just result in a not so good translating and transparent mix as you can get it with speakers. But that's a whole nother topic. If you don't have neighbors that complain, go for the speakers. Next up, you will definitely need a computer. Go with a laptop if you want to stay mobile and be able to work and collaborate with other producers. Just take your laptop to their studio and work on music. If you don't need the mobility, definitely go with a desktop computer. These are my old computers. They're not working anymore, but that's the stuff I used to start making music with. A really old iMac with just 100 megahertz. It's like a tenth of my phone. It's crazy how these things develop just in a few years. I just can't throw them away. These are the computers where everything started with. That's where I started learning how to make music, how to DJ, how to produce. So there's no way I will ever get rid of them. They also have a lot of old files, so they're my babies. I'm pretty sure you all have like a close relationship, or you at least remember your very first computer. That's kind of a big step, at least it was for me. That's already all of the very basic hardware you will ever need to produce music. I know people that made huge hits just with a laptop and headphones. Making music is definitely about the skills and not about the equipment. It helps to have nice equipment and you might be able to work faster and more precise. But for writing huge hits, all you will need is a laptop and speakers or headphones. Of course, you will additionally need software. You will need a DAW, a DAW, a digital audio workstation. That's the program that kind of makes your music or lets you make your music. There is GarageBand, which is for free and comes with every Mac. There are alternatives for Windows that are for free, but if you're serious about making music, you should go with Ableton, Cubase, Logic, or something similar. That's for For example, Logic, that's the DAW that I'm using. It's from Apple. It looks complicated. It is complicated. I could try and explain it for years and hours, and that's actually what I'm doing on this channel. You can just go back, watch 500 videos of me using this and showing how to produce music, and also in general how to become a music producer and DJ, do the business stuff and all these kind of things. If you want to do more advanced stuff and if you want to record things, you will definitely need a microphone. This one here is a simple entry-level microphone, like 180 euros, I think. It's also in the description. I made basically all of my music and also the vocals that you will hear as the background music of this video are also all recorded with this microphone. So it's good enough to record anything you will ever need. As I already said, it's more about the skill, the person in front of the microphone than the microphone. Of course, having a stand is handy and one of those pop filters so that whenever someone is breathing or like singing a P or a T, that you don't get all of the popping air kind of stuff in the mic. Yeah, and then sound cards. A lot of people ask me if you need a sound card, if you want to record stuff, if you want to attach a mic to your computer, you will need a sound card. If you want to record guitars, you will need a sound card. If you're just working within the computer to make like instrumentals, or if you heavily rely on samples, it's all fine just working within the computer. So it's very basic, very simple to start making music, electronic music especially. It's all made within the computer, and it's kind of the very basic setup you will need. I think if you have a computer with like 500 bucks, you can definitely start making music without a problem. There are a lot of demo versions available, and once you get into the music making process and you advance a little and finish your first song and it sounds somehow decent, you can always buy new equipment, more equipment, better equipment. But keep in mind, the more you advance, the way more you have to pay to actually still hear a difference. If you buy a microphone for like 200 euros, it sounds good. If you buy one for 2000, it won't sound 10 times as good, maybe just like 5% better. And if you think you need millions of dollars to actually make music and get into the charts and write a hit, that's really not true. I know so many artists that really just work with the laptop and speakers and have hits or touring all around the world. Let me know what you think about this entire topic. Do you think your equipment is restricting you, or do you really think everyone could make music with just a laptop and the speakers? Now that I've actually talked so much about creating music, it's time for myself to start working on music for today. Yesterday was a business day, today is a music making day. I'm still working on the second track with Gavin. It's called... It still doesn't really have a name. At first was called Stay, then it was called Walk Alone. Now it has another name again, and I'm still trying to get vocals from him, new vocals for the chorus part, because it's still not really strong, and he's living in Wales, so it's like a back and forth. Annoying stuff, but eventually I will finish this track, hopefully this week. All done with making music. The next release is coming really soon. This track is almost finished. And by the way, I just kind of remembered while closing this that I completely forgot to talk about one piece of equipment that is important, and that's actually a keyboard. Without it, you can't play anything into your DAW. I mean, you could draw it, but I would highly recommend you to play it. You don't need one of those super cool fancy 88 weighted keys keyboard. You can go with one like this, extremely cheap, just like 30-40 bucks. So those are basically all the things you will need to start making music and to write music. If you want to write a hit song, there are actually two more components that you will need. One of them is like time, a lot of patience, a lot of effort, a lot of training, building up that experience day by day, working in your DAW, making music. Every day you will learn something new. Every day you will fail and learn from your failures. And eventually you will make something that is a good song. And eventually, with a lot of luck and like the right promotion and all the business kind of stuff that has to do with music, you will eventually maybe have a hit song. The second part is even way more important than having the time for it, and that's actually to not give up. The second you stop making music, everything that you did, everything you learned is pretty much worthless. So try not to give up. Try to keep on making your music. It might take 1 year to write that big, huge hit song. It might take 10 years. It might never, ever happen. You never know. But if you stop making music, you will never find out. That's basically what I'm doing here daily on a day-to-day basis, making music as much as I can, working on the business side of things as much as I can. And I have to say, like, slowly but steady, it's getting better, and I'm now at the point where I feel quite comfortable. Now it's just all about like growing and making even better music and promote it even better than ever before. That's already it for today. There's actually just one more thing I have to show you. And yes, I have to get rid of that sweatshirt for that. I got today another AXSENS test print shirt, like merchandising for my label and for me as an artist. Trying to take the next step and introduce this to you guys. I hope you like it. It's still just a test print, better than the one from yesterday. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks I will get to the final product. But now let's put this back on. It's cold outside. It's Germany. It's the end of October. It's cold. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it gave you a little bit of motivation to either start making music or to keep on making music. Let me know if you liked it, and also let me know if it helped. Tomorrow then back again here to the studio, making music for the entire day, and also starting the promotion for my next release, actually, that is called We Runnin'. And don't forget the keyword giveaway. Just comment down below, subscribe, enable notifications.
Can't shake the feeling. I can't help myself.